The title of this study is Intention of Agrofarmer toward the application of Kitosanplus in Malacca. The group member is Fatin Nuriliana binti Muhammad Hisham, Nurul Ain binti Abdul Rahim, Nuri Syahada binti Muhammad Radwan, and Nur Hafizah binti Abdul Halim. Our coordinator subject is Dr. Zul Arif bin Abdul Latif.
Abstract. Kitosanplus is created by mixing of an alkaline material like sodium hydroxide with the chitin shell of shrimp and other crustaceans. Kitosanplus can be used either as a fertilizer or pesticide with the nature of biodegradable and environmental friendly. However, many agrofarmers are not familiar and lack of expertise in using Kitosanplus in their farming. The study is conducted among 53 respondents of agrofarmers which take place in Malacca. The study is aimed to determine the agrofarmer intention, the relationship between age and perceived behavior of agrofarmers, and to identify the most influential factors among the agrofarmers' intention towards the application of Kitosanplus.
Introduction.
Hi, my name is Fatin Nuriliana binti Muhammad Hisham and I will talk about the introduction part. A person who does all of the agricultural activities are called as farmers or agriculturists. Farmers experiencing economic difficulty as their crops are lack of nutrient intake from the plant. Thus, farmers have to implement variety of coverings to protect their crop, which the application of Kitosanplus fertilizer have gained their attention. Kitosanplus is a well-known fertilizer that are obtained from shrimp and other crustaceans that act as a plant enhancement to improve soil fertility and maximize the crop yield. Kitosanplus also stimulates the root systems in the ability to absorb nutrients from the soil and deliver it to the plant. The willingness of agrofarmers towards the application of Kitosanplus is determined by their awareness, attitude, and their perception control.
Our title of this study, Intention of Agrofarmer toward the application of Kitosanplus in Malacca.
The application of Kitosanplus depending on the intention of the agrofarmer to use Kitosanplus in their crops. Theory of plant behavior. It is to describe human behavior to understand the variable that affect farmers' intention to the application of Kitosanplus in Malacca. There are two factors intention of agrofarmer toward the application of Kitosanplus in Malacca. First is knowledge. The agrofarmers which have knowledge of Kitosanplus will use it in agriculture. Second, the benefits from Kitosanplus product to crops. Kitosanplus, known as the friendly product which is good in the environment. Lastly, the affordable price of Kitosanplus product. Kitosanplus product can be purchased at price as low as 60 ringgit for 1 kilo, which is suitable for 1 or 2 acres.
Problem statement and objective. Problem statement in this study are: first, agrofarmers' intention to use organic fertilizers such as Kitosanplus is determined by their regulation of awareness, knowledge, and perception. In Malaysia, there are many of agrofarmers who are not familiar and lack of expertise in using Kitosanplus as organic fertilizer for their plant. Kitosanplus has gained popularity as a crop biostimulant that can be used in sustainable agriculture. Then, some of agrofarmers more familiar with agriculture methods that have been passed down through the generation than the new methods such as Kitosanplus as a supplement for plant. This happened due to difficulty understanding of the advantage of using Kitosanplus among agrofarmers. Kitosanplus is quite expensive compared to other products of fertilizer that affected agrofarmers to apply in presentation. Even the effect is very significant. Lastly, pesticides are chemical compounds that can affect human health and the environment. But use the Kitosanplus, which is polysaccharide supplement for plant. This is made from crab, shrimp, and fish bone that claim to be very environmentally friendly. Organic fertilizer is high quality product. It's the product of natural composition and are easily digested by plant compared to chemical pesticide. Next, There are three objectives in this study. First, to determine the agro-farmer intention toward the application of Kitosanplus. Second, to study the relationship between age and perceived behavior of agro-farmers toward the application of the Kitosanplus in Malacca. And third, to identify the most influential factors among the agro-farmer intention toward the Kitosanplus.
Literature review.
Next, attitude is a maladaptive state of mind about a value that is triggered by a sensitive expression towards a person or location or a thing. The three elements, which are the feeling, belief, and behavioral purposes, are linked fundamentally. Those elements will be affected with the attitude of agrofarmers in getting and purchasing Those elements will be affected with the attitude of agrofarmers in getting and purchasing Kitosanplus fertilizer towards their plantation. However, some of the farmers have their own skeptical in adopting to a new development, and the cost of this fertilizer will one of the reasons because they might think the price is too high.
Social norm of youth entrepreneur toward Kitosanplus. The definition of social norm that can give description on how group value influence young entrepreneur on decision making at the individual level that refer to the common behavior or action of a group or community. First, the community reaction to new food and cooking technique affected their decision to use Kitosanplus as a substitute for crop plantation and lowering the cost of producing rice. Although social norms can be a significant driver of individual actions, there is no proven expertise or consensus on the effect of social norm on actions entrepreneur research. Then, perceived social pressure to implement or not carry out the behavior refers to the social norm, which are becoming the second factor for purchasing against Kitosanplus product among youth entrepreneurs of agro-farmers in Malacca. This factor necessitates cost and risks such as transaction cost, limitation on personal decision, and enforcement problem, all of which prevent youth entrepreneurs from committing and impede the productivity of Kitosanplus in plant. Besides, people's intention and behavior have been shown to be influenced by social norms since they do not make decisions independently of social and cultural factors and often continually refer their action back to attractive target group. Thus, Kitosanplus product can be known by any social media platform that easily attach to youth entrepreneur and find useful knowledge and guidance. Youth entrepreneur believe that people behind them can influence them to conduct an act, then social norms should influence the particular action to do such as expand the Kitosanplus product.
Perceived behavior control of agro-farmers towards the application of Kitosanplus in Malacca. Perceived behavior control is the perception of the difficulty of enacting a behavior. It consists of two highly related and correlated variables, which is perceived self-efficacy and also perceived controllability. Perceived self-efficacy, where one is certain about their own ability, while perceived controllability, where one's behavior is believed as volitional. In order to ensure higher internal consistency, perceived behavior control must be incorporated with both self-efficacy and controllability items that are being selected carefully. So, by incorporating a perceived behavior control into theorizing enables the behavior to be accounted more accurately in a wider array. It is because some behavior are outside of one's volitional control. In this context, perceived behavior control denotes on how difficult or easy for agro-farmers to perform the application of Kitosanplus into their farming. Perceived behavior control is important to account the behavior and the intention of agro-farmers towards the application of Kitosanplus. The intention of agro-farmers signifies their motivation in plan making as well as in decision making or on an attempt to practice a particular behavior.
Methodology.
The figure shows the conceptual framework, which is the modified theory of plant behavior by Azajan 2005. There have independent variable and also dependent variable that link together. Sampling frame. The study target design for the agrofarmers in Malacca, which to know the intention toward the application Kitosanplus. The purposive sampling technique have been used as a survey method. This technique is very useful for the sample, which are a limited resources, workforce and time. There are 53 respondents have answered this survey who are from the background as agrofarmers. Data collection have 3 variables that link together. Section A, Section B and Section C. Section A is attitude, Section B is subjective norms and Section C is perceived behavior control.
Result and discussion.
These are the demographic results from the questionnaire survey. This is the descriptive analysis. The descriptive analysis have 3 factors that involve. First is attitude, social norm and also perceived behavior. And there are variables which is low, medium and high. The mean for descriptive analysis in attitude is 2.2453, which is in a low variables. Social norms, it is 2.3962 in medium variables, and perceived behavior is 2.5283, which is also in a medium variable. The mean score has set as low in 1 until 2.33, medium 2.34 until 3.66, and high 3.67 until 5.00. From the descriptive analysis, they have not in high variables, which is the higher is just in medium from perceived behavior.
Next, for the testing relationship between age and perceived behavior control among agrofarmers towards the application of Kitosanplus, in the table it shows the mean of age and the mean of perceived behavior control of agrofarmers towards the application of Kitosanplus. From the study conducted, it is proved that the age had a significant correlation with the perceived behavior control of agrofarmers in Malacca towards the Kitosanplus application, which is at 0.472.
The table shows the variant explained from the survey that conducted among agrofarmers in Malacca, which are attitude, social norm and perceived behavior toward the application of Kitosanplus. The variant percent of explained attitude is 80.5%, for social norm is 68.5%, and the variant percent for perceived behavior is 80.5%. According to a survey that was conducted on agrofarmers in Malacca, the perceived behavior of agrofarmers toward the application of Kitosanplus show the highest variance between the other factors, which are attitude and social norm. This means that farmers are perceived it to be easy to apply Kitosanplus as additional supplements on the plant.
Conclusion and future recommendation.
As to conclude our research, we have achieved all of the objectives stated, and there is a correlation between farmers' intention towards the application of Kitosanplus towards their plantations. As for the future works, we hope that Malaysia can enforce and implement the goods and benefits of using organic fertilizer like Kitosanplus in order to produce a healthy food product.
References. That's all from our group. Thank you.